Hi, Aquariuses. Welcome to your monthly reading for July 2025. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker, and I do monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube and other fun content on Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into your reading. Keep in mind this is a general message, so whatever comes up, comes up. Also, if something does not resonate for you, do not take it and make it try to fit your life. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it doesn't feel right for you, then the message may not be for you. Okay? Spiritual team, Numinous Astro Deck, what messages do you have for the Aquarius Collective for July 2025? What messages do you have for the Aquarius Collective for July 2025? All right, what do we have? I'm just pulling everything out at once and going from there. So first up, we have the North Node. Okay. So the North Node rules your destiny, fulfillment, purpose, experience, your North Star, your process, your beacon, your journey, basically like what your purpose is in this lifetime. Next, you have Sagittarius, which is the zodiac sign associated with enthusiasm, philosophy, independence, generosity, ethics, being happy-go-lucky, adventurous, honest, unbridled, lucky, traveling, risk-taking, tactless, and self-righteousness. No shade to the Sagittariuses. That's just what is on the card. Next, we have the 12th house, which is the astrological house of surrender, the subconscious mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, baggage, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, guilt, Akashic records. This is also hidden enemies and also rules, subconscious patterns, psychology, self-sabotaging behavior, and things like that. Endings, death, closure, all of that. And finally, at the bottom of the deck, you got the 8th house. And this house rules investments, intensity, contracts, sex, secrets, mysteries, obsessions, inheritances, debt, taxes, real estate, shared resources, like if you have a bank account with someone or you share a home with someone. And this also talks about the occult and the underworld. So that is the 8th house. A lot happening. Okay, so the 8th house has been coming up quite a bit for people. Maybe you have the North Node in the 8th house. Maybe your North Node is in Sagittarius, or you have the North Node in Aquarius, or your North Node is in the 12th house. Sagittarius is in the 12th house, Sagittarius in the 8th house. Doesn't have to be. It's just some suggestions, some options for those of you out there that are watching. Very interesting. So there could be some need to surrender or take a look at some really deep psychological patterns that you may have regarding your philosophy or belief system even. This could also relate to how you move in terms of like interpersonal connections, like deeper interpersonal connections, how you deal with sharing things with other people, shared goals, shared resources, finances, whatever it is. So let's go ahead and jump right on into the tarot and see what comes up. Spiritual team, Cosmic Coven Tarot. What messages do you have for the Aquarius Collective? Excuse me, for July 2025. My throat chakra, by the way, has been all the way off today. I've been struggling to communicate all day. So if you hear me or see me struggling, just know it's been a day for me, okay? And thank you for your patience. All right, let's get into it. What do we got? 8 of Wands reversed, 4 of Swords reversed, King of Wands reversed, Strength card, 7 of Pentacles. What the heck? The helly? What's going on? What's going on, Aquariuses? What's going on out here? What is going on? Okay, so we have patience in terms of building something. I got a message about something unrelated to you. I'm trying to keep it personal, so we're gonna leave that message out. But I feel like things have just... Okay, some of you guys are really stressed about how slow things are moving in terms of a goal. Spirit's telling me to tell you to be patient and listen. Easier said than done, right? I personally don't like it when spirit tells me to be patient. I'm like, what do you mean? I need something like right now. But yeah, be patient is the biggest message I'm getting from this. It needs time to grow. You're doing a great job at growing what it is that you need to grow, but there may be some things outside of your control that are influencing this not happening right now that you don't understand or see. Um, and this could be influenced also by other people. Okay. If you live in the United States, listen, we have the King of Wands in reverse here, and I know our current president is a Leo. So to have this card here, it's like, um, sometimes there are influences, like I said, outside of our control that are affecting things and, you know, not making things very conducive to what it is that we want to do. Let's say you just graduated from college, you're trying to enter the job market, there's no jobs, or it's a very competitive market and you're having to compete with thousands of other people that are also competing for the same job. Um, so I understand the frustration. I understand the need for things to work out and move forward. But just know that the spirit is doing all that it can, and like this is just it's what it is, unfortunately. So let's take a look at what's at the bottom of the deck. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. We have the Nine of Cups reversed. Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Ooh, I do see potentially a job offer coming to you. What's interesting is that it's right next to the Seven of Swords and between the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you guys could be padding your resume, which I fully support. Honestly, in this job market, you might need to. You might need to pad that resume a little bit just to kind of help get you where you need to go. Okay. So like it is what it is, but it's definitely giving like slow moving, and I feel like for a lot of you, you guys have already been looking or have been looking for the last couple of weeks or months or however long you've been looking. Things just haven't been coming up. You haven't been getting any opportunities. Nothing's moved forward. You get through the interview, but you get no offer, kind of a thing. I do feel like there is an offer coming through at some point for those of you who have been consistently looking recently. Okay. And it may come through, unfortunately, you padding that resume. But I don't see this being necessarily a downside. I think this is something that you're capable of doing. This is a position you're capable of doing. And unfortunately, like, sometimes employers have these expectations of like what they need from people, and you're like, okay, well, bet I've got 5 years of experience instead of 2 or 1 or none. Okay. um yeah, so it's that's kind of the situation I'm getting. So silly. But it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta think outside the box. Sometimes you gotta think outside the box a little bit. Sometimes you gotta tell a little white lie. And I'm not telling you to flat out lie. Okay. um yeah, don't flat out lie now. But also for those of you where you guys are in a job, I'm also getting some of you guys could be putting out job offer or getting a job offer for something else outside of your job that you're currently at. Especially if you're in a job where you do not like your boss. Your boss is an absolute tyrant. Okay, so if you've been stressed about getting out of that situation, I do see something coming through soon. Okay, that could be very, very lucrative. It may not necessarily be what you dreamed about. It may not necessarily be like your dream job, but it is a way out. It is a way out. Okay. This Knight of Cups in reverse and Knight and Nine of Cups in reverse could also just talk about the situation that you're in. It hasn't really been panning out. It wasn't what you thought it was going to be. And I feel like there's a way out for you. Okay, that's what I'm getting, Aquarius. Is very interesting. What else? What else? What else? What else? Anything else? No. No, I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and close out the reading with a couple of oracle decks. If you want a longer reading, I also do bonus readings for the top 3 zodiac signs that engage with my content the most. So leave a like, leave a comment, engage with this video in some way. Let me know that you want to be put in the running for that. And definitely leave me a like and a comment if this resonated for you. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start closing us out. Excuse me. Spiritual team, Lunology Manifestation Oracle, what additional messages do you have for the Aquarius Collective for July 2025? What additional messages do you have for the Aquarius Collective for July 2025? First quarter moon in Leo, be humble. Interesting. Very interesting. Which I think could also be part of the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles right next to each other. But why be humble, Spirit? Why be humble? Why be humble? That's very interesting. I feel like being humble also comes with a certain opportunity or helping you get out of a certain opportunity. I'm going to come back to that one because I'm feeling tingles in my brain about that one, but I'm not getting an exact message. Let's see what else. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. Okay, that's for those of you that are trying to get out of a job or out of a situation and leaving that behind. Okay, so be humble could be talking about finding something better. Some of you guys might really want to tell your boss off when you exit this job. I would say leave quietly, leave on good terms, leave on pleasant terms. Okay, you don't want anything coming back to bite you later on down the line. So I think if you can leave this job with grace and humility, even though I'm sure you want to throw some birds on your way out or cuss people out on your way out, I think being humble and just leaving quietly is the best thing you can do right now. At the bottom of the deck, we have full moon in Libra. Find a balance. Find a more balanced boss. Find a balance. But yeah, finding a balance between, for those of you that are looking for a new job, like finding a balance between like hyping yourself up and being honest and upfront about your skills and your abilities. For those of you that are looking to like pad your resume specifically, look, I can't believe I am encouraging this, but listen, if I'm going to help people, I'm going to help people. And the system is messed up. So screw the system. Let's find some workarounds and actually get my people some work. Because these employers are crazy out here, I will just say. Okay, so finding a balance between like what it is that you are capable of, knowing that if you are a good fit for the job and you're capable of doing that job, finding a balance of like, okay, how can I beef up my resume to make it look really, really good, but also not do it in a way that's going to be so obvious that like I'm lying if I go into this interview and like mess up. I don't want to be caught like talking about things I know nothing about. So like also talk about let's talk about actually getting yourself into courses or extended learning things that can help you learn more information related to what it is that you're trying to get into in terms of this industry or job market. Yeah, and then using that as more information for you to put on your resume, even if it's just taking a class and learning about, I don't know, SEO or a certain program that you might need to do the work. Like if you're seeing something continuously pop up in like job posts, like definitely research that, study that, learn all you can about it, put it on your resume. Say like, oh yeah, in my last position, I learned how to do that and I did it for 3 years. Listen. That's all I'm going to say on that. Let's go ahead and move on to the final deck before I just keep yapping. All right, spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Aquarius collective for July 2025? Whoa, I had a bunch of stuff just fall out. Excuse me. Okay, I'm not going to take those. Way too many. Okay, let's see, spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Aquarius collective, July 2025? What do we get? Phantom Quartz, embrace change. Yeah, for a lot of you, this is moving on to a new job. This is great. This is beautiful. I love it. For those of you where like you realize like you got to do something different to get what you want, pad that resume, baby. 2025, we're padding resumes all year long. Okay. I can't. I'm done. Next, we have turquoise, prioritize your health. Yeah, so being patient, that came back to what I said earlier in the reading, like getting frustrated, or, you know, if you're dealing with a boss that is overbearing or just an absolute freaking tyrant and a nightmare, like prioritize your health, but like in a way where you're obviously not blowing up and exploding in the workplace. Like do what you need to do, protect your energy, protect yourself, find a balance between work and your personal life. Like don't let this stuff suck you in, and really just prioritize your peace. Sunstone, take pleasure in the things you do. Okay, so that means for those of you that are looking to beef up your skills, beef up your resume, take extra classes, like learn things. Definitely put that on your resume. People want to know and want to be able to see what it is that you can do. And again, okay, final card, bottom of the deck, we have Chrysocolla, start fresh. Start fresh. Yeah, I feel like obviously start fresh if you're leaving a current job, but start fresh in terms of like knowledge and skills. Maybe that is also starting fresh on your resume and really doing a deep dive and like, how can I beef this up? How can I make this look better? How can I really put myself out there in a way that's going to get me what I want, get me in front of the people that I want? Okay. But yeah, enjoy this fresh new start. Enjoy the hunt, enjoy the learning process, enjoy the leaving on good terms with good karma on your back, because personally, I know if you leave in a humble way and you know that someone is so wrong, so wrong, you know their karma is going to come back to bite them in the butt. Especially those of you, well, you guys are Aquariuses, you're also ruled by Saturn, which is the planet of karma. So I'm sure you guys have seen karma bite people that have done you wrong plenty times. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and close out the reading there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and a comment if this resonated for you. If you enjoyed the reading, maybe share this with another Aquarius if you feel like it would resonate for them. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. If you want to see more content from me, I'm also on Instagram and TikTok, and you can find my handles below in the description box. As always, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. I hope to see you guys at the next reading. Until then, please take care of yourselves. All right. Bye.